Hey everyone. So you want to get a job in cybersecurity? Well, I'm here to tell you it's going to be a little bit harder than you might have expected. I spent the last couple months applying to jobs religiously. I've applied to over 1,000 jobs. If you want to further dive into that, I did make a video. Please check that out if you're interested. A little background: I have a 4-year degree, bachelor's in cybersecurity, and 1.5 years in basic help desk IT tech support. That's where I was coming into this application process, and I got to say it was way harder than I anticipated, and for several reasons. One, I didn't apply myself in my coursework and fully understand all the concepts. I did gain a very good foundational understanding, which I think is key. If you're trying to get into cybersecurity, it's not an entry level job. It's a mid to senior level job for, I'd say, 95, if not even more, jobs that are out there that apply themselves as cybersecurity or cloud security. So you're going to need that base understanding. Plus, you're going to have very applied knowledge of SIEM solutions, AWS, Azure, and cloud security. Depending on which field you go into, this one I have pulled up right now is cloud security. You're going to need to know quite a bit of information. As you can see there with the certifications, you can go into all these different jobs to give you a better understanding. That's something what I would recommend if you're trying to get into a particular field. Go in, look at the skills, look at the certificates, but for that base understanding, you're going to need to go into A plus, Network Plus, and Security Plus, and I recommend looking at all the practice tests. You can access most of those for free, I'm pretty sure. I haven't gone in because that's pretty much what my 4-year degree did cover, and it gave me that foundational understanding. So if you're coming from this from no background, say you're a teacher, say you're I don't know, a welder, some manual labor job, you're going to need a foundational understanding. And I think those three are going to give you a really good understanding of where you can then springboard off of and dive a little bit deeper into the types of tools and stuff that you're going to need as a cybersecurity type of professional. The CISSP is actually one that I'm looking to get soon. I have gone through several videos and it's very all encompassing, but it does give you a good understanding of what you're going to need to know. So even though I didn't memorize it, it was invaluable for me to listen to these courses because it put my mind to where I'm going to need to be if I ever want to achieve that certification, much less a senior security analyst job. So that would be my first step is foundational understanding. Second is then dive into something specific. Do you want to do red teaming? Do you want to be a SOC analyst? That's the defensive side of things, which is the blue teaming. Do you want to do IT consulting for cybersecurity? So a cybersecurity consultant. Do you want to do network security? Do you want to do cloud security? You need to dive into the weeds and you need to figure out what you need to know for those particular types of roles, because knowing everything that there is to know about everything in cybersecurity, not even, I would say, CISOs know that. And CISOs are a very top view. And I used to think that CISOs are like, they know everything that I know, and red teamers know, and blue teamers know, and then some. But it's more of a business mentality that they have, and they kind of keep the business functioning. Whereas the literal, the the smaller cogs in the machine, they know very technical knowledge. And that's the stuff that you're going to need to go into if you want to go into that role. You need to know the technical stuff. But without knowing the foundational knowledge, you're not going to be able to get there. Now, once you do know which specific niche you want to go into, I recommend going to YouTube, going to specific videos that can teach you on every little bit of those niche technical things. You need to create home projects. You need to fully immerse yourself into the material so that way when you do apply and you do get to that interview process that you're going to understand and be able to answer curveball questions. And it's more than just getting to the interview step that's the issue, because I did land a few interviews throughout my jobs, but I didn't get past because I wasn't able to fully show what I knew, because there was some questions that I wasn't quite knowledgeable enough to address completely. So to sum up, I think it's important for you to get that base knowledge and then figure out what you want to do. Because unless you know what you're wanting to do in the cybersecurity world, you're going to have a really tough time learning everything. That's going to be a recipe for failure. You're not going to get anywhere fast, and you need to specialize in something because it's a very broad field right now, and it's growing at such a pace that you need to learn more and more and more than previously needed. And even the base security analyst role now has to have very robust understanding of all these different tools that weren't around before. So the sooner you can get into that niche, the sooner you can start cramming and learn. That's my advice on how to get to that at least mental state that you need to be in before you even consider interviewing for these types of jobs, because those entry level jobs are far and few. And while you can apply while you're learning, my recommendation is to spend most of your time, because the application process is very time consuming, most of your time on actually learning stuff and not just praying you'll find this entry level job, um, as far as landing in the cybersecurity world. So if there's any questions or content you'd like to see below, I can address that either in a comment, or I could maybe consider making a full-fledged videos. But thanks for watching.